Hey, I guess we can begin. Uh, Hi, I'm Nicholas. I will teach you how to develop your own video for this F1 challenge. Yeah. So how we go walk you through is that we'll be walking through how to make a script for your video, recording your video, and then how to edit the video, and thereafter how to create an awesome thumbnail for you to post and share online. So don't worry too much about taking notes or recording anything. This content will be available online later. So before we even start, I think it's important to understand like why shoot a video. You might be wondering why can't we just submit your game and code base and then be done with the F1 challenge? Well, I believe and video is very important to showcase your work. You may be able to share more about your team, where you're from, who your team dynamics are, and the different approaches you take and challenges you face while embarking on this F1 competition. While you guys may create sort of the same project, every team will have different approaches based on your team dynamics, and every team will definitely face certain challenges and how you overcome them and what steps you take. I think that'll be really inspiring for you to share with the wider community. And of course, a video is a great opportunity to let your creativity run wild. So before you even hit the record button, you have to make sure your tools are prepped and ready to go. So for this, you'll be using Loom to record and edit the video. As if you have any other editing software you're comfortable with, such as Premiere Pro and Capcut, that's possible as well. So to download Loom, you head on to the Loom website and download a desktop application. So for this, head over down to www.loom.com/download and download the desktop application. Thereafter, you'll be logging in and signing up to your account using your Gmail or TikTok account. Yeah. So I'll share my entire screen now. So once you have installed Loom, you can open it on your computer and sign in with your relevant account. So for myself, I'll be logging using Gmail. Yeah. So once you have logged in, this is the screen you'll be met with. So I'm currently using a Mac, but if you're using Windows, the experience will be similar as well. So over here, you see a few buttons. This shows what you'll be recording. So for myself, this will record the entire screen. And this shows my mic and camera we use for the recording process. So you note that there is a small webcam window over here. And once it's turned on, you're able to see yourself. So it's good that you enable your webcam as well. So this enables you to capture your team or yourself in the frame. So you're able to drag this frame anywhere in the video. So if your code are here, maybe you can drag the video here as well. So once if all this set up, you're able to add in speaker notes as well. So this could be the script you use to record the video. So over here, you're able to type your script and drag it close to the camera. So this way, when you record, you're able to refer to a script while showing your code base. So this makes yourself look more professional as well. And on the end client side, this script won't be shown to the others. So once you're done setting this up, you're able to add certain effects to yourself or to other frames as well to beautify your image. So once that's done, you're able to press start recording. So you see a countdown timer over here. Okay. So this is how the recording looks like. So you can run through your script here. So what you want to talk about, we'll run it through later. So after you introduce yourself, what the game you're doing, the challenges you have, you can stop recording over here. So it's the big red square button. So once that's done, you'll be recorded online. So all the videos will be stored online and you're able to download this video onto your computer as well. So just press the more actions button and press download to download your video. Yeah. So what exactly do you talk about during your video? So I believe there's a few things you can talk about during your video. First off, you can be your introduction. You can introduce yourself and your team members and briefly why you decided to code this game. So you can introduce everyone in your team and share maybe who your favorite F1 team is. Maybe that's a big inspiration behind your team is. Maybe you chose red because you're a Ferrari fan, or maybe you chose blue because you're a Red Bull fan. So thereafter, you can introduce yourself, which school you're from, or how you coded this game. So I think this will be very interesting for everyone. We have so many people participating in this F1 challenge, and it'll be great if we can know more about you as well. Next, you're able to share the backstory of your project. So besides your favorite colors, why do you choose to make this animation? Why you choose to make this game? I think that'll be really interesting to find out more. And we're trying to use this story to tie your entire game together. So thereafter, you can go into the more detailed part of your game. So how do you achieve certain elements, or how do you achieve certain animations of your game? What code concepts do you use? Or how do you create this character? Was it through creating different rectangles? Anything special? Anything interesting you found along the way as well? All this stuff would be amazing to share with us. And of course, I think at every single step of the way, it won't be smooth sailing. So there will be certain times where you will face certain challenges in your game as well. But just sharing your game online, no one will know that at the back you had many challenges and many obstacles that you and your team spent a long time to overcome. So this is your opportunity to share, like, oh, to create this character, we realized that it's more complex than we thought. So these are the steps that we developed. Or let's say to achieve this certain logic in our race game, we realized that maybe an if-else loop wasn't sufficient to do our checkers. So all these steps you can explain through the game, and you can share your code base also. So you can go on to your Strive editor or your Replit and share which part of the code that you face your challenges and which part of the code you're most proud of. You can be like, oh, this really long part of the code, we really spent a lot of time developing, and we're so glad that it works, and we're really proud about this part. So once you're done your script, you have to make sure that when you record, you want to capture the most optimal quality as well. So 3 things you want to let you guys on about is audio, framing, and background. For audio, make sure you find a quiet environment to record. So you can turn off the TVs. If the fan is too loud in your test audio, maybe you can turn it off as well. And for framing, we want to capture that your whole face is in the camera. So perhaps not too close or not too far. Recording from the side as well may not look very good as well. So ideally, you want to be talking straight into the camera at eye level. And lastly, for background, we want a well-lit and non-distracting background as well. So when you're on your camera, if you realize that, hey, my room's too dark, my room's too bright, maybe you can open the curtain or close the curtain depending on how you look. So ultimately, when you open Loom, you're able to see how your camera captures you. So we don't want that video to go to waste as well. So it'll be good if you guys can keep in mind on the framing, background, and audio. Yeah. So this is how a framing can look like. You can open your code base and you can have your frame at the side and start recording once all looks good. Yeah. So to go through the download process again, once you guys have recorded the Loom video, you'll be brought into this web page. So on this web page, you're able to click the More Actions button at the top and click download. So once that's done, you'll be downloading the video straight onto your computer. Yeah. Okay. So how do we take this video to the next level? You can definitely submit your Loom video if time is too tight for you, or you just want a simple video and you think that it's good enough for your submission. But for those wondering, how can I take my video to the next level? Let's say when I'm recording, there's a long pause like this. You want to cut that out. Or let's say you want to include certain images or music into the video. So this is where we can introduce Capcut. So Capcut is a free-to-use video editing software, and you can download it by heading down to capcut.com. So if you're familiar, once again, if you're familiar with Premiere Pro or other editing softwares, you're free to use those as well. And I just want to reiterate that editing a video is not mandatory, but what we really want is just a video from you. So if you're only able to record a loom, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to bring your video to the next level, this is where video editing comes into place. So to download Capcut, you head on to www.capcut.com and download based on your computer, be it a Mac or Windows. So head on to www.capcut.com. Yeah. And we want to download the desktop version. So just download for Mac or download for Windows. Yeah. So once that's done, you can open the Capcut on your computer. So now I'll head over to Capcut. So once in this screen, you first want to create a new project. So this is where you can begin editing a video. So let's say this is the video that we shot just now previously. Once you import it into Capcut, we want to bring it into your timeline. So to do so, just click the video and drag it onto this timeline. So as we go through it, you're able to see the video. And at the bottom over here, this is your audio. So you're able to see at certain parts, there were long pauses. So let's say you want to remove them. So let's say at the start, there's a long pause before I say anything. In order to do so, what we can do is go to the corner of the video. You can see my cursor change from a cursor into a trim tool. So what we can do is click it and drag it all the way until before the audio starts. And as you can see, Capcut automatically reduces any non-video at the start and brings it all the way to the start. Now if we play the video, so let's say I want to do a cut. I want to remove this entire section. In order to do so, press B on your laptop to bring in the blade tool. Cut from the start where you want it to end, and cut at the end of the clip as well. Once that's done, press A to return to cursor. After that, you're able to note that the video is cut into 3 different segments. Go to the segment you want to delete, which is the middle segment, and press delete. So if we cut the video wrongly, so let's say I want to remove this entire element, but I only removed it with this part still remaining. What we can do is we use the blade tool to cut this part again and delete it. Or alternatively, we can also go to the edge, okay, and brings in this tool again, click it, and we're able to drag it to change the timeline again. So what we can also do is we can include certain music or certain elements into the video as well. So let's say we want to include an image. This could be an image of like a F1 team or certain code bases. What we can do is you import an image by going to your downloads file or wherever your image may lie. A video and music is possible as well. Click it and drag it into your import area. Once that's done, we're able to click the image and drag it on top of the video. So as you can see, an image appears over here. So to change the size, click on the image over here, and you're able to see it at the 4 borders. You're able to adjust the size and position of the image. So let's say if we want this image to be at the top corner, we're able to do so like this. So once you're done adding your music, adding any images that you wish, and done the appropriate cutting, I'm just going to teach you how to export the video so you can post it on YouTube. To export it, head over to the top right corner. You're able to see this export button. Click on export. Just rename the title to something that you're able to recognize it by. So let's say F1 challenge. For these settings, just leave it as it is. Once that's done, for the export to location, click on this folder icon and make sure that you're exporting to a folder you can access it easily. So for myself, I'm exporting it to the desktop folder. So click open. Once that's done, click the export button. So the exporting process will take a minute or two. And once that's done, click cancel over here. Now you're able to close Capcut already. So let's say if you wish to edit the video maybe over a couple of days or a couple of hours, if you're done editing for the time being, you can simply just quit Capcut anytime. Your progress is automatically saved. And if I open it again, the progress is right here. So as you can see, our video is exported onto our desktop already, and you're able to view it. So you can see we have our image, and we have our cut as well. Okay. So once we have done exporting our video, next thing is how do we create a good thumbnail? So what we can do is head over to canva.com. So one way we can do a thumbnail is through a screenshot of a code base or screenshot of your character or a screenshot of your game. To bring it to the next level, we can also use canva.com to use the certain templates to create more amazing thumbnails. So since this is an F1 related challenge, you can search YouTube thumbnails, or I'm going to search F1. Find a design that you really like. So I'll edit this. So what we can do is you click onto it and press customize this template. Because we're uploading it on YouTube, we need to resize this image as well. In order to do so, click on resize and scroll down until you see video. So once that's done, click on video and click on resize. Yeah, so this is much more suitable for our video template. So maybe we can, in order to change the text, it's similar to PowerPoint. So we're able to click on the text and do an F1 challenge. And you can put your name here. Yeah. And you can also include images of your code base here as well. So let's say this is an image of my code base. I am able to click and drag it in into Canva. Once that's done, I'm able to click and drag it into Canva. So able to resize it. Okay, so once I'm satisfied with how the thumbnail looks like, I'm going to click share, download, and we want to make sure it's a JPG. So JPG refers to a JPEG image, and that'll be the best format for us to share on YouTube. So if the file type is a video, it's a PDF, make sure we change it to a JPEG. Once that's done, make sure we're only downloading the image that we want to, and click on download. So once we have done our video and our thumbnail, we can proceed to post on YouTube already. Yeah. So right now, just want to check, are there any questions that you might not be familiar with? Okay, if there are no questions, we'll share the links available, and we're excited to see what videos you can create as well. Yeah. Okay. Asha, anything on your end?
No, all good to go.
Okay. If you're all good, then for all resources, we're hosting it on our Notion page as well, so you can head over there to find out more information too. Just dropping the Notion page into the video chat right now. Oh, she left. Okay.
Stop.
Thanks so much, Asha.